I'm absolutely unhappy that they only made 2 cups of tea. I mean, like, what is this? Chandre Abrahams is a self-taught designer who now runs a successful clothing manufacturing company with her husband, Yusuf Abrahams, employing over 20 people. What separates Chandre and Yusuf from other entrepreneurs is that they use their business to empower more women and employ people living with disabilities. Their passion for empowering other people is a quality we should all aspire to have. Welcome to the Loft. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you.
So when I heard your story earlier, I thought, when they mentioned that you quit your job to go and start a company, when I hear those stories, I'm like, oh, my stomach takes a leap. Tell me about the moment you decided to leave the comfort of a salary and that safety net of a salary to step out there and start this business. What was going on in your mind?
I think it started as a dream as a child. I used to remember, I come from Atlantis and I grew up in Ravensmead, and we stayed in the rural areas, and I remember that our house was not the best in the block. And we lived my room, I painted myself, and it was like whenever I went home, I moved into this space that I just created for myself. The space where I could dream, the space where I could dream, and the space where I could just, you know, go away in my mind and, you know, just see a better life for myself. And I grew up knowing that, you know, there's just something bigger than this. There's something bigger than my circumstances. Wow. And it's so amazing that when we decided eventually that I was going to quit my job, we've got 3 boys. So when I decided that I was going to quit my full-time job, of course it was a very big decision. But with my husband's support, we knew that we could make it work.
Yeah. So you start this clothing line, and what I find really amazing is that you not only employ people just to be sales consultants, you actually want to empower them with business skills, and you also empower people with disabilities. I mean, it takes a lot to do that, because you could just be profit focused, right?
Yes.
But there's so much more you're giving to these people and their families. Tell us about some of the beautiful stories that have come with this.
So when we started, I initially knew that we really have a heart for people, and we have a heart to give back. And we went about business, and the business was growing and it was doing well, but we knew that there was something more to this. So we then decided that how do we empower women? How do we tap into a market that people have not maybe yet discovered? And we then thought that there's women that's willing and able, and you know we all love fashion, we all like beautiful things, and the 15 part-time staff that we currently have, we call them brand ambassadors. Amazing. And they were basically my clients at first. Wow. So they were my clients for 2 years, and then we pitched them with the idea, and my husband came up with that idea, with an amazing business idea. So we pitched them with the idea, and they bought into it, and we run workshops with them, and we empower and equip them as to how to drive their sales and their targets, and how to carry themselves as well. With regards to the disability side of things, our staff, we've got a staff component which consists of family. My mother, my sister, and my cousin. Wow. And my cousin was, they declared her disabled because she could not use she couldn't write after accident. And I remember when she was employed, she said to me, she couldn't understand that I expect her to, you know, she said, but do I need to write things? And I said, no, we'll work it out, we'll figure it out. It was a first job as well. Amazing. The accident happened when she was, I think, in grade 12. Yeah. So when the accident after it happened, you know, and she was declared disabled, she thought that there was no hope. And we were so excited when we celebrated when she could write for the first time at the workshop. So we were not aware that she was practicing in the background.
But she was obviously inspired and encouraged by you. Yes. Yusuf, what's it like working with your wife?
Well, I tend to focus on the strengths. Because both of us, we've got strengths. I come from a financial background.
Yeah.
So working with her is a little bit tough, I'm not going to lie.
I can imagine!
But I must say, if you focus on the strengths of each other's and you basically complement each other, and that's when you become one. And we figured that out in business as well. I must say it's one of the rules that we try to implement. I say try because it's very difficult.
Yes.
Is not to bring our work home. And
not to bring your home into the
workspace.
Work,
yes, and that's finding the balance on that it's always a challenge. But it's a journey.
That's
We're working
beautiful.
on it,
That's so beautifully said. They also say that successful marriages are run like businesses. Interestingly, But thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
you.